DCs of the spells that everybody's casting should be lowered so that you don't have to be a fucking paladin to make the saves.
Very
But
true.
I think descaling the paladin would actually help with that. Because I
Yes.
think it would make it so that that's not the benchmark.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing about Pally, is it's not actually just... It's not that it's necessarily that Pally is always going to make the saves and nobody else will. It's that Paladin can always make the saves. So there's no challenge for a Pally. You got that one?
Yeah, because I make the save. Like, did you get that one over there? Yes, you did. And the one down there? Oh, well, here we go. Yep.
I was on them.
Yeah, because it's like we always make the save. Like, it's just... Oh, yeah, that door's open. Okay, let's just go through and do the boss.
And there's 19. That's what we expect by this point.
Yeah, because there's 6 in here. So there's a shrine, too, that we're not going to need.
Also wee-wee, but I'm only touching that, so...
Is that touching? Oh, there's slimes. Hold on. Now, do your weapons get worn from attacking things?
Yep.
That's so fucking stupid. But anyway.
They did it for balance purposes, even though it doesn't make any sense. I just triggered them all, so just attack them here. They should be on me, which means you guys can just rip them
that
apart.
For balance purposes, when all that is just like a money sink.
Yep.
Yet they won't, fix all the other balance issues the game has that are more freaking harmful than a money sink.
Yeah, silly egregious.
Right? It's like, they get to save some money. I'm like, so?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like,
you know a weird thing that I found, though? Is I actually found dwarves have better appraisal checks in 3rd edition. And I don't know why they don't have better haggle skill in this game. That's a small thing, but it's like a flavor win right there.
oh, speaking of which, I absolutely love the dwarf. You know how they have the iron stomach where they have like potion synergy?
Correct.
I just wish that they had better potion, like it was just better.
They should have the fighter ability to get the temp healing amp. That would actually be way better because it would scale evenly with the human version of the same stat.
Yes, and what I like too is, exactly, that would be one cool way. Another cool thing they could do is like they get caster levels for their potions.
Oh.
So like +2 or +1 per, like it's a 3-rank skill, right? I'd have it like each one gives you a caster level on your pot, and one of them gives you so the first rank just gives you that, but the second rank you drink the potions quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 3rd rank, like they get some kind of ratio bonus, like you said, maybe a ratio bonus to heal amp or something to represent like what great drinkers they are. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they should have a lower animation for drinking. Like you should be able to like chug. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. And honestly, I don't even know if it would be a rank thing for me. If I was to revamp the racial trees that same way, the way I would make it is to have it accessible immediately at that healing amp. Basically, you sort of carbon copy the racial trees over, but not really, because everyone has a different catalyst for how it activates and what it does.
Yes, but I would love the dwarf, and like I said, I do like the one where, because caster levels would, I kind of wanted a way that they could have like an extend spell on the pots.
Yes.
Right? And that would be the easiest way, is just to up the caster level of the pot, and that would make its duration reflect accordingly, right?
Well, that would be a great thing for something like, I don't know, a gnome or something, because they would be able to alchemy it up.
Or even an alchemist?
Well, yeah, even an alchemist too, but...
Like, could you imagine if an alchemist... Why does an alchemist have no synergy with caster levels of potions?
Or really with potions in general.
No, that's what I mean! None! Like, it would actually be cool if you had, like, this weird dwarven fighter alchemist splash. Or just something weird. Like, it would be so interesting.
Well, if every alchemist wasn't like a potion thrower, because for some reason they got really into potion throwing in this one, if every alchemist wasn't the same carbon copy potion thrower, and one of them was like a Jekyll and Hyde monster, and why am I here? One of them was a Jekyll and Hyde monster, one of them was a thrower, one of them might be a breather. You could have 3 different completely wildly different specs, and they would be able to synergize so much better with other things.
Yeah, exactly. Like this Alchemist that's got like a little bit of fighter synergy and a little bit of dwarf synergy.
But here's the thing, like the caster level stuff is what really needs to get fixed, because you can't multi-class casters very well. Because if you do, you gimp the absolute hell out of their caster part.
Yes. Now, I don't mind the way caster levels exist in potions, like the ones you buy, where it's just like a flat number based on the potion you bought. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes, I'm totally on board with that. I'm talking like your caster level becomes your character level. And if you're caster level 9, you are character level 17 or 18 or something like that.
Yes, I like that.
And you can cast your spells at the max caster level, which would always allow them to scale up to what their maximum damage or maximum DC or whatever threshold is.
Right, and I'm okay with you not being able to get a level 9 sorcerer spell unless you took enough levels in sorcerer, but you could at least heighten your lower level spells to have scaling DCs.
Yes.
Like, so you're not gimped.
Yes, that's the biggest thing, is that casters, if they multi-class in anything that isn't just like a tiny bleed, like a 2 pally 18 sork, they are gimping themselves to death. Because all of their max level spells are gimped, but also all of their caster spells, all the spells they currently have, are set at the level that they end up with, as opposed to scaling up with them.
Right, and it's like, I'm okay with you not being able to get the level 9 spell. You didn't take enough you didn't study as a sorcerer long enough to get Meteor Swarm.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you become a pally, you didn't just not do any sorcerer stuff throughout that entire level experience, because the whole leveling thing is to simulate the experience you gained over time. You didn't not do any sorc stuff at all in that time. You would have trained with that too.
Exactly, and that's why I like the way that we did it, where it's like you can actually still take Heighten and be able to take your spells up to 9 based on your character level.
Mm-hmm.
But you just that's kind of representing that you practiced the spells you knew.
How's Kandaric, by the way?
You're still a sorcerer, right? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You just don't have access to all the spells all the way up, but at least you mastered the ones you had.
Yes.
Further.
So
and I feel like that's a good way of representing it. I like the way that that's represented.
Yes.
And I wish that's an easy fix and actually would make multi-classing spellcaster way more interesting.
Oh yeah.
Because like a melee spellcaster can take like a good level 7 spell like Disco Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And if he could heighten that up when he's like level 20 in that, he could actually keep Disco Ball as a relevant spell all the way up.
Yep. Like, he worked to get Disco Ball. He shouldn't be punished because of it. DDO it's very bad right now. DDO and D&D Pen and Paper is the same way. So I'm not going to say that like it's SSG's fault or anything. They're just going off of what D&D has. But it's basically D&D at this point in its history was a constant stick. No carrot, constant stick. It would beat you over the head if you did something wrong. Whereas in the 5th edition, it is a carrot. Like, you can do well, but you can do better if you do this thing, and you'll be more of this if you decide to do this thing. Whereas if you are, if you're playing the game on 3rd edition, it's like, well, you decided not to be high enough level in this class, so none of your spells are relevant. That's the whole thing. It's just done now.
I don't like that.
No, it's like DDO could learn a lot from 5th edition and take a couple things from there, because the enhancement trees are a big change from 3.5, 3.0. So really, it doesn't matter if they do the enhancement trees, or it doesn't matter if they do the stick mechanic or the carrot mechanic. The carrot is just a lot better. It's just always better. Like, you reward people for doing something, and then you say, well, this reward you got, you can keep it. You're not going to get more rewards for doing this other thing, but you get rewards in a different way. You get, the Pally class mechanics now. That's part of your class. You won't get the level 9 spells, but all the stuff you've gotten to this point is still good.
And you have the ability to scale it up.
Yes.
Where right now you don't. You're like you said, if you stop taking sword levels at 14, and you took 6 fighter levels or 6 paladin levels, right?
Yes.
All of a sudden now, you are stuck casting you know, like shitty spells.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So I know
But
there's traps
even,
around
like,
here.
even your quality of life spells, like DDO, or not
Wait up.
DDO, like shield and shit.
Yes.
Like, it would be a lot better if you could get those caster levels up based on your character level and have a duration that's not garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the little spells like haste and shit.
Yeah.
Like, our idea is actually, like, a lot better.
Oh, easily. And as you say, it's one of those things where they're always relevant. I think there's another trap here, isn't there? Maybe. I'm able to spot them because I got ridiculous wisdom, but I can't search for them. There it is. Here's the trap. But yeah, no, I mean, that's what you're saying there, is that being able to cast the things you were already able to cast, it's not actually bad for the game. It's extremely healthy for the game. It's like, you got Dancy Ball, so you can use Dancy Ball, but you can't use Meteor Swarm now because you didn't get it.
Yes. Yes, because it's like you said, you don't want to give everybody everything, and then it's like, well, there's no reason not to take the 3 Paladin levels.
Oh, I feel like I missed something.
But I don't like the whole thing. It's like you're so punished for taking it that now you're, you know, you might as well not have the disco ball because it doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that because that's not more options. It's just less.
Yeah. Yeah, there are fewer choices in that. Oh, there's a trap here. Forgot about that. Whoopsie. But there are fewer options in that dichotomy. Everything about the desire to be a caster at that point is pretty much stunted in the current meta, because you don't get to make any of those decisions, and when you do make those decisions, you are punished for it, not actually rewarded.
You actually have to completely rethink your tune and completely only take spells that don't scale with DCs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just annoying. It's like, oh no, I gotta like only take Tensor's transformation and only take this and only take that.
It requires you to overbalance yourself and overcheck, like overbuild basically.
Yes.
You have to build from the very beginning to the end, which is very not user-friendly. But if you built a character and you took X levels of Sorcerer and you ended up getting Dancy Ball, and you have no real idea how to play a Sorcerer, not at all. But if you took Dancy Ball, you'd still be able to use it.
Yes.
Like, that's the whole point, is that it corrects some mistakes sort of naturally for you. Some of the things that you would do accidentally are not big hindrances now, because you still have those things. Maybe you'll learn a little bit better, this is not what I really want, but you still have things that work.
Yep.
And that's the biggest problem, Trap.
Like, where I find with you and I, it's like, yes, I've done stuff like that, but I have to overthink to do it. Like, I have to actually be, like a strength sork that uses acid spells because I know they don't have any fucking DCs.
Where's the whiny? Is he back there?
Yeah.
I feel like,
right
yeah,
here.
you'll need to kill that guy maybe to open that door or something.
I did.
Oh. Just a second. Maybe killing this ooze will do it. Nope. Did we lock you out? I did not realize the old dungeon mechanic had that.
Hold on. Is it not?
Yeah, okay, it's a time
no,
thing.
it's open
now.
It's a time thing.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them are like that. That was what I was just about to say, is it might be a time mechanic. And it was, as soon as I said it, the door opens.
Yeah, thank God. This guy's gonna die in like a second.
Yeah, I'll just go for the foot pads or whatever. Oh my goodness, lag. So many foot pads. Tentacles!
Lots of tentacles.
I just trip him and run away. I don't even care.
Is that a rust monster?
Yeah, but you can't get to him, I don't think. I thought there was a way that we were able to get these guys opened up, but I don't remember if that's true. It feels like these guys were just going to hunt these monsters and release them upon Stormreach. That's what it feels like. So it doesn't feel like you could actually get there and open them.
Oh, okay. There's a chest. I'll get it. I guess we could. I was about to say, I guess we could just finish out, but we got a mimic to kill.
Poor
You might as
mimic
well kill.
CC'd into the ground.
All right, that's that.
Yeah. Run out the front door. No, I mean, casters are ridiculous at the moment, but that one change would make casters pretty much viable for any build type and any level bracket.
open up so many builds, like those thrower alchemists that they really want you to make, but since you can't really multi-class well, it's kind of difficult to make.
Yeah, they could open up every build in the game pretty much as gated behind not having enough spell levels to make those spells worth it. Every caster build is gated behind that.
But yeah, and it's like, okay, I understand that given the current system, yeah, you're gonna have a feat tax in order
Right
to
here.
be able to do all those things of heighten. But that's not really the end of the world. Everyone gets a bunch of feats, or even at least 5 or 6, and it's like knowing that you could do that multi-class and all you really got to do is like take a heightened at some point really isn't that painful.
No, it's not very egregious. It's not difficult to get over. And even then, like, it's a tiny build thing. It's like, when am I going to take heighten? When am I going to take this? As opposed to, oh no, how many levels do I need to get the things that I want for level 30? I have to plan the whole thing out.
Yes. And it's like, and if you don't want to take heighten, okay, now don't take spells that take DCs, or just take all the caster levels.
Avoid the center, by the way. We'll just stay back here.
But yeah, it just kind of annoys me when it's like, yeah, it's a dumb design space that really limits designs. Like as a theory crafter, it's a gate.
There might be one more. We'll see if the floor breaks. I think there's 5. Nope, there's one more out there.
Okay,
it didn't do all that much. Did we have elements, Whiny?
I
Nope.
have resistance.
It's good, never
if you
mind.
guys can-
It's good. We could just fall down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
guess
my
there was 5, and there was just one last, poop of a trap there.
Yeah.
So,
But,
yeah,
I
but
agree with that.
that's a big thing, because melee are super easy to multi-class. I mean, you still do build them to a certain extent, but you don't have to be very precise on what your levels are at every level. That's
No, you
for
don't.
eking out. That's for min-maxing. But for just playing the game, like, you could build any melee and it'll play the game.
No, nothing's gonna hurt you from being a paladin and taking fighter levels.
Yep.
You're robbing yourself of a capstone, so you better make sure it's worth it. But other than that,
Yeah, you can actually just play the game. By the way, that's not the way. We don't need to go down there.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we can just avoid that. It's not super necessary. Uh-oh, now we can't. They saw us. We got to get rid of them. Let's just kill Moldfang. He's not super bad. He is Belashira's, which kind of sucks. It takes a while to kill him.
Well, I did put tentacles down.
Yeah, that's probably what killed him. Our stuff was just missing because he's both blurry and dodgy. And dodge bypass, well, dodge shouldn't be a stat in the game either, to be fair. It's a terrible stat. Dodge bypass would be gone if dodge was gone.
Oh, it's level 8, but it's Mighty 4, Deadly 4. That's not bad. Gloves.
It's kind of good, yeah. Hardy 4, Glack 6, or Glack 56.
Do we go swim, or do we go through this door here?
We didn't actually have to come down here.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is totally just an
Totally
unnecessary
optional.
area.
Yep.
Well, we got a chest.
Yeah, it's a whatever. We got it. That's cool. So we can go back upstairs, my dudes.
All right.
But yeah, no, I mean, melee are super easy to multi-class. Ranged are super easy to multi-class, though not quite as easy as melee. Because there's very few builds in the game that actually support ranged play.
Right, but it's not that you're gated. It's so much that I don't know what it's adding for you if you
Yeah,
don't take one of these
like-
3, right?
What's good, basically.
Right.
What's good versus what you can do. You can do anything with a range build, really. But
Yeah,
is
like-
any of it any good, is the question.
Yeah. Like, you could be the guy that's like, I use arcane arrows, and I'm taking those ranger, sorcerer levels.
Yep. I mean, you could do it. It is theoretically possible. It's just, is it good? Probably not. If you're a Pally now, that's different because they've been so insanely overscaled, and I don't care what anybody says. Like, absurdly overscaled. We'll wait up for the Whiny.
Okay. Did he pull that lever over here?
Yeah,
Yep.
we got that one.
Yeah, it was already pulled.
Okay. I got the one up there.
It's so absurdly overscaled to, like, a ridiculously laughable degree that any Pally can do anything. You could be a Pally, like, 4, Pally 5, actually. Pally 5 anything could do any part of the game.
Oh, yeah, like, I'm a Pally effing Vanguard.
Mm-hmm. And you're
this
making
character's-
Vanguard possible, really, because other than, like, the racial past lives and stuff that, different people... Strim Tom was the big one for that, where he made that video.
Yeah.
Where you need, like, a racial past life, and you need to be able to manipulate derivatives here, there, and the other, and there's a giant build that goes into it to make it viable, and mostly it's not actually Paladin. Or not actually Vanguard, rather. Mostly It's what is it? Knight of the Chalice. So you're
Yes.
not actually more a Vanguard than you are a Knight of the Chalice, which means Knight is the thing that's actually powerful.